The way in which we do business has changed. And I think the impact on that change is the fact that all women, everywhere, and men, I must say, all clients, can now afford to get their nails done. Back when we started our business, it was really designed for the elite. You know, you would get your nails done in a fine spa or a day spa. You would spend a lot of money for your manicure. And now with the impact of the Viet and the Asian communities, every woman, no matter their economic level, no matter where they live, no matter their lifestyle, everyone from 13 to whatever age can get their nails done. So the impact has been absolutely tremendous. But I would like to ask a question. If any of you realize how the realization of the Vietnamese American dream really came about. I don't know if any of you know the story, but I'm here to share it with you. First, before I explain the story, I was sitting at a dinner about a year ago, and one of our regional managers had won an award, and we were sitting at dinner to honor her, and she leaned over and she said, "Jan, do you know who started the Vietnamese nail movement?" And I said, "No, I really don't." She says, "Well, my husband collects Hollywood memorabilia, and he came across this story." And Stacy DeBate, if you can wave your hand, Stacy was the inspiration for what we're about to share. But she gave me the history of the mother of the Vietnamese movement. And the mother is Tippi Hedren. Tippi Hedren is a Hollywood legend. She was a Hitchcock blonde. So she was the star of the movie The Birds. She was in Marnie. Hitchcock really elevated her. She won a Golden Globe for her acting in these beautiful movies. Well, while she was an actress and was gaining notoriety, she was also a humanitarian. And she decided to take Vietnam and Cambodia on as her cause. And she would travel with the USO, would feed the people over to Vietnam. She would bring food and money and clothing, and she absolutely fell in love with the Vietnamese people. And with her humanitarianism, she also was a style icon. And still today, in the July issue, 2013, of Marie Claire, they did an entire article about the Tippi Point and how her style and, you know, her impact on the movies really had a resonating impact on fashion and beauty. So here we are, Stacy, my PR representative, and we decided to look into this movement and to meet Tippi Hedren, who is now 83 years old. She lives just north of Los Angeles at a place called Shambhala, and it is a wildcat reserve. It's a 50-acre wildcat reserve. She actually rescued the MGM lion, who once he did the roar at the beginning of the movies, he got cast away, and so she said, "I'll take the cat in, I'll take care of him." And then the word got out that she was rescuing these wildcats. So today she has 48 lions, tigers, leopards in Shambhala. It is a magnificent place. The animals are treated so beautifully, and it is another one of her life's missions, is to take care of these cats. So Stacy said, "You know what, let's call up Tippi, let's validate the story, let's get to know her and see where this can take us." So we met with her, and she kindly shared some of these photographs with us. Here Tippi is making food. She's in Vietnam, serving the people, falling in love with the Vietnamese folks. And at the beginning of the war, of the Vietnamese war, up in Sacramento, there was a camp that was formed called Camp Hope. And Hope Village is where the refugees were being held during the war. And she found out about Camp Hope, and she wanted to go up to the camp to make sure that the people were being well taken care of. So again, instead of traveling all the way to Vietnam, she traveled to Sacramento twice a week, every week, to take food and money. And when she walked through the doors, she was always decked out. She was a style icon. And she had these long, gorgeous nails, almond shape, lavishly polished in fuchsia or red. And the women of the camp noted her nails and said, what's on your nails? Tell us about it. And she said, oh, well, if you love my nails, I'll bring my nail professional up and I'll do your nails as well. And I believe my next slide, yes, speaks about the service that she was wearing at the time, late 60s, early 70s. The Juliet manicure was the first ever wrap. And it's where nail professionals would take tea bag paper and adhere it to the nail with top coat. Very few people remember this. I barely remember it, I'll admit that. But it was the first ever wrap, and then you would polish over it. And the women, when they saw her nails, these original 20 women, they said, we would like to learn how to do this, or at least we'd like to have it for ourselves. So Tippi took her nail professional up, and then did everybody's nails, and then she said, I'm going to bring a couple more up, and we'll teach you. Well, I'll teach you how to do this service. So Tippi taught the original 20 how to do nails. Finally, the war ends, and the original 20 women said, we would love to enter the nail category. We'd love to do this as a profession. Tippi herself sponsored 20 women to go to school, paid for their educations, and these are the 20 women that started Advanced Beauty College, south of LA, which is now the largest nail school in our country. They started chains of salons, they started more schools, and so on and so on. The Vietnamese nail movement had wings. All because Tippi embraced these beautiful original 20 women, recognized their stories of leaving their countries. One story during our whole mission of learning about this story, you know, children would be awakened by their parents in the middle of the night. This one story I heard, the mom said, we're going to take a great adventure. We're going to go on a trip. So put as many clothes on as you can get on your body, because that's what you can take on this great adventure. Turns out that the father owned a lobster boat. The family met at 3 in the morning to board the boat. The word got out to their neighbors. 50 people showed up to board a 45-foot boat headed to Thailand and to escape communism and the war. And instead of taking a week, it took 30 days. Less than 30 of them made it to Thailand. There was mutiny on the boat. There was starvation. It reminded me of the movie Life of Pi. And today, this gentleman has his college degree here in America. He has started a beauty supply distributorship serving the Vietnamese community. And he has found his American dream, along with not only the original 20, but hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese nail professionals. So for CND, we were very touched, very moved, very inspired by Tippi Hedren's vision. And we have approached BCL and Linnell Lynch and the board, and we said we would like to start the BCL CND Tippi Hedren Nail Scholarship Fund. And then we said, okay, at CND, we have big hopes. We want to raise a lot of money for this fund. So we'll be the first to put $50,000 forward for the fund. And then we are going to make a list of the best, the brightest, the most visionary Vietnamese distributors, real partners that have also found their American dream to find college educations for their children, to grow their family livelihood. And I'm so proud because many of our partners are in the room with us this evening. But we, Stacy and Aaron from our team, Jackie Johnson and I, hit the road, as it were, and we visited our distributors from Florida to Texas to Los Angeles. We made calls to Chicago and Virginia and Atlanta and all over. We reached out to our 16 most treasured Vietnamese partners to say, CND has put the first donation in, and we'd like for you to contribute to the fund and help us tell this tremendous story. More importantly, help us raise money for the BCL Foundation so that scholarships can be given to young, bright talent to take your American dream, our success, and pay it forward to new talent that will be entering our industry. And I'm here to tell you that every meeting I had was a life-changing experience for me. Hearing their amazing stories, hearing their commitment to the nail industry and to their customers. The pictures say it all, the big smiles, beautiful partnership. So, now I feel like I need a drum roll. I would like to announce the amount of money, thank you, I heard a little drum roll, the amount of money that we have raised to date. And before I click my slide, I think I need Linnell to come on up and join me. Linnell, the award to BCL, $184,000. Journey of equality, of diversity within our industry, of love, and really bringing in, more beautiful human beings into what I think is the most beautiful industry in the world.
Well, congratulations, and Jan, thank you so much on behalf of the entire board and our industry. This is an extraordinary gift and very well deserving in honor of Tippi and with CND being a leader in really trying to elevate the nail professions. So thank you very much for this. And I would love everyone to take a quick toast to Jan, moving forward to coordinate this lovely scholarship, and to all of the partners here that have contributed to this. Thank you and congratulations. We have a few more things to share with you, a little more details and one more announcement.
Our goal is to elevate, as Linnell said earlier, one of the missions of BCL, to really elevate, to attract new talent, to educate through our apps, member schools, and to expose the gifts and the beauty of our Vietnamese community. And the fund will actually create, with the dollars we've raised so far, we'll be able to afford between 38 and 70 full nail scholarships, depending on the number of hours required in each state and the school in which will deliver the education. But can you imagine between 38 and 70 new, young, bright spirits joining our industry? However, trust me, we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep this movement going. This is only the beginning.
So, thank you all for joining us for this very special announcement. Thank you, Jan, for coordinating all of this and your vision and support of Beauty Changes Lives. We hope that this evening, those of you that are just learning about Beauty Changes Lives have become inspired, to become engaged. And we welcome to get to know more about each of you and share with you our passion, because Beauty Changes Lives will change the perception of this industry. We will elevate this, and beauty does change lives.
Yes, it does. Thank you all for coming.